Hi, Sabrina here from Simply Creative, where we provide cost-effective marketing solutions to help your business grow. Today, I am going to be speaking on the four most important elements of any digital marketing campaign that helps to determine the success of that campaign. So if you are a entrepreneur, business owner, or new marketer, and you're not quite seeing a good return on your ad spend, be sure to watch this through to the end, especially the fourth tip. The number 4 is the one where I see business owners dropping the ball the most. So stay tuned. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, get out your pen and paper as we get started with how to run a winning digital marketing campaign. And we are discussing the four most important elements of any marketing campaign that helps determine the success of that campaign. The first one being the ad itself, the advertising copy. Why is it important that your advertising copy is compelling, the images are high quality, and the video content is helpful and engaging? Well, if your ad failed to get enough quality, relevant interactions, the advertising platforms will penalize you by increasing your cost per action and decreasing your impression share. You know why? Because they are customer focused. Just like any other business model, they know that customer satisfaction is how they stay in business. And we as advertisers are not their customers. We are the sponsors. So they don't build a platform around the sponsors. They build a platform around the customers so that the sponsors will choose them, okay? And so if your ad is not getting, many interactions, few clicks, you're going to start to see a decrease in your impression share. If you're advertising on Google, you're going to rank at the bottom of the page, and it's going to cost you higher per click than the person at the top of the page. So they reward you for having high quality scores, and they penalize you when your ad is deemed irrelevant to your target customer. That's why it's very important to do your research first. Don't just throw up an ad, but make sure you know the persona of your target customers. What are their likes? What are their interests? Do they like animals? Should you add a dog to your ad? What appeals to them? And make sure you incorporate that in your advertising copy. When in doubt, look to your competitors. What are they doing? Mimic that, but do it better. Do it on a higher level. But it's good to think outside of the box, but make sure if you're outside of the box that you are still within the realm of the interests of your target customers, and make sure your ads are native to the platform you are on. So if you're doing a social media campaign, make sure your ads are sociable. You shouldn't do hard sales pitches on social media, because that's not what the advertising platform is for. Google PPC ads, yes, people are looking to be sold. For the most part, they are searching for a business to do business with. So you can say but even with that, the copy should still be enticing, because 99% of marketing is psychological, showing them why they need to act now and why they need to make a purchase with you. So that high, all exclamation marks, advertising copy, used car salesman tactics, it won't get you far. You may get some, but you won't get as much as you can. And the goal of any advertising campaign is not just to break even. You want to get a positive, a good return on your budget. So stick with copy that appeals to your target customers and that is in line with the platform that you are advertising on. And that is indeed step 1 to create a winning marketing campaign. Okay, let's get started with number 2, and that is the offer included. And this is called your why buy statement. Like, why should the consumer Stop what they're doing. Not only give you their attention, but give you their contact information or their money and do business with your brand. You have to have an offer included on your landing page or with your marketing campaign that entices them, that provokes them to take an action. What type of offer should you include? Well, depending on your profit margins, you can include discounting shipping, a limited time special discounted offer. You can include free consultations if you are a professional services type business. You can include free downloads of your product or a free gift with purchase. But it should always be something that's above and beyond what you normally provide and for a limited time to get them to take action sooner rather than later. Move on to number 3, which is the landing page experience. Think of your landing page as the customer service representative of your advertising campaign. The ad itself got them in the door. The landing page has to further sell them on your product or service. So what should be included on the landing page? It should include further why-buy statements. It should reinforce the messaging from the ad. So it shouldn't be a mismatch between the advertising copy or imagery and what they see on the landing page. Otherwise, they'll just back out and think, it's clickbait, which also drives up your cost per action and lowers your impression share. So the landing page experience is very important for getting them to go further, deeper into your customer buying funnel. So your landing page should include why-buy statements, video imagery, product demonstrations, a personalized message from yourself on behalf of the brand. Customer reviews are very important. Okay, and then if it's an e-commerce campaign, you should always have an upsell and a downsell in the checkout cart. What does that mean? Once they enter their credit card information, before they hit submit, a pop-up comes up to offer them an additional item. Or if they decide, I don't want to do this, and they try to back out, pop-up comes up, offer them something, maybe comparable but less expensive or free shipping. So it should always have that before you go, last minute attempt to get the conversion. Your landing page should never go to the home page of your website. Never. You should never go to your product page that has the navigational bar at the top. Why is this? Well, when in Rome, the people will roam all over your website and forget the intended action that you were trying to get them to take. They're going to click all around the website and then go back to Facebook and forget that they were trying to actually, they were interested in doing business with your company and not just browsing around your website. Now, of course, if you're doing a campaign where you're just trying to do brand recognition, you're just trying to get your brand, product, service out there, driving as much traffic as you can to the website so that you can then retarget them with a more personalized landing page. You can do that, but even to that point, I always say, why rule out the fact that that first click can lead to a sale? So I wouldn't even drive them to the home page if it's just for traffic, just to build up your funnel. I would still drive them to a landing page. Now you can always change out the elements on the landing page based on your campaign objective, which you should do that, but it should be a landing page that's tailored to your advertising copy and not just a generic page on your website. Now, for business owners who do not have a website, Facebook and even Google allows you to run lead generation campaigns that go to lead forms. Even then, your lead form should include compelling copy that matches the ad, that reinforces the advertising message, an image, that coincides with the image or video used in the ad, and then the lead form has to ask qualifying questions to make sure that what you are receiving is someone who is highly interested in interacting with your company and learning more about your product or service. So my next video that's coming up in about a week or two will go in details about what makes up a high quality lead form, and that's through trial and error. I've been doing marketing for over 15 years, so I have, I was the road test dummy, so to speak, and having, a lot of leads come in, but very few people answer their phone or not interested or just looking, and that's frustrating and also a waste of money. So through just trial and error, I was able to kind of hone in on what needs to be included in a lead form to ensure that what you're passing off to your client or for your internal sales team is someone who is interested, and it kind of cuts back on the back and forth friction of trying to sell someone who really didn't have any intentions on doing business with your company. So once again, be sure you subscribe for that video that will be coming up in about a week or two. Okay, so now we are on to number 4, and I have to say, by far, this is where a lot of business owners drop the ball. Do you hear me? They drop the ball. I am a marketing consultant, and actually today I sat down with a business owner and went over this right here, and that is the support system you need to have behind it. What does that mean? That means that whether it's e-commerce or lead generation, the purpose of the marketing campaign is to get someone who is interested, who has never heard of your product or service, or who just was browsing around your website, to make a purchase decision. Okay, now what's going to close the deal on that purchase decision is the support system you have behind your advertising campaign. For e-commerce, that is your online presence. Think about it. They're not calling anyone on the phone. If it's an e-commerce campaign, you want them to make a purchase from the ad, right? They're not calling anyone on the phone to get to know more about your business. They're not going into the store to try on the clothing, to try out the product, right? For the most part, they're going off of the trust factor, right? You want them to trust you enough to take a chance and trust that the product that you advertise is going to arrive in their mailbox within a reasonable amount of time, and it's going to look and function as advertised. You're right if I do that without first researching this company. So when they research your company, the support system you need to have behind your ad is your online presence, is your website, is your Google reviews, your social media presence. They need to see that you are actively, engaging with your customers, that you're an active, thriving business and not some fly-by-night person at home just trying to make a quick buck off of them, okay? So they're going to research your company, and when they research your company, you need to show them something that further alleviates the concern that you may not be legit. Your support system, your website needs to look professional, needs to be optimized. Your images need to be high quality. Your video copy has to be compelling. You should have product demonstrations, because they can't, actively try out the product. So you need to have product demonstrations on your website. You need to have an active social media presence. Even if people are not interacting with your brand, which with Facebook now, since it has become pay to play, I always say it's good to kind of boost a post every now and then just to get that engagement on the page. Because how many know, unless you have tens of thousands of followers, Facebook is not going to have your organic posts in the news feeds for long, because they want you, advertiser, to pay to play, because like I said before, we are the sponsors. They don't even view our business page as, a consumer, like, where they want to keep us satisfied. No, they say, no, you are a sponsor. And if you want consumers to see this sponsored content, you're going to have to pay to boost it. So every now and then it's good to boost your post so that when your target customer go to research you, they can see that your posts do get interaction, it's engagement, people are interested in your content or in your product. That further helps them make a purchase decision. So that's the support system you need to have behind an e-commerce campaign. Your website should have an SSL certification. It should have product reviews, customer testimonials, product descriptions, and further advertising copy that further sells the brand. You should have reviews in Google and an active social media presence. So that's for e-commerce. For lead generation. So the lead generation campaigns, the advertising campaign is designed to get the person interested in your business. We get you their ear, but you have to tell them something they want to hear. So what's the support system you need to have behind a lead generation campaign? That is your sales rep, your sales pitch. You have to, I was sitting with a client today who was saying that his leads were not quality, right? And I'm like, they filled out every question in the lead form. And it's a long lead form because I want to make sure that they're serious about going down this marketing funnel, right? This sales funnel. And so I'm looking at I even asked how soon they want to start. They said this week, So I even put the starting price to make sure they are in agreement with it, and they agreed. So why is it that everyone you call tell you they're going to call you back, or they're just looking around? So I sat with him and did a marketing consultation, and I had him sit in front of me and call back a lead. He was very bland. He just quoted a price, He didn't try to tell them why I'm charging you $3,000 for this service. He didn't tell them the fact that although it's $3,000, he's going to give you, above and beyond what the competitor, the next company would give. He didn't tell them, the fact that he uses quality products, that there is a, warranty attached to that product. He didn't tell them anything but a price. So therefore, if you're just going to give me a price, I'm going to shop around for someone else who's going to tell me why. Why should I pay this price? Who's going to show me the value behind it? Do not bank on your advertising copy or your landing page to convince them to the point where they just want to hear your voice and do business with you. You still have to sell your product. And the problem is a lot of business owners know how to provide the service, but they don't know how to sell their service. It's very interesting. But you should indeed invest in a sales representative, because with the client I had this morning, after he had that very bland call, I called her back in front of him and was able to get an appointment. And that was just by saying, hey, you just spoke with my representative, and I hear that you're still, shopping around, but let's talk a little bit more about what you're looking for. Was the price he quoted within your price range? Because I can tell you, we are lower than the average in this area. But not only are we lower, we use high quality products. So, what I can do is go ahead and set an appointment for us to come out, to just get a survey of your home, because we probably can work with you on a price, even give you a 10% discount if you're ready to go right now, and get this taken care of, because the holidays are coming up. So I know you want to get your home looking beautiful for the holidays, right? And yes, I was able to secure that appointment for him. And then I told him, it's not that your leads are not high quality, it's that you don't have the right support system behind your campaign, meaning you need to hire a sales rep, because you don't know how to sell your own service. And it's not on the side of the marketer to sell your service. It's on the side of the marketer to get people who are interested in learning more. We get you their ear. You have to tell them what they need to hear to make a purchase decision. So there you have it. Those are the 4 elements that make up a winning marketing campaign, and that is the ad itself, the advertising copy, the landing page experience, the offer included, in the support system you need to have behind it to bring on the sale. So that's what I have for you today. Feel free to put any comments or questions down below. I will go through the comments periodically and provide answers. And if you need a one-on-one consultation, you have a marketing campaign that's not performing and you don't know why, feel free to go over to our website, simplycreativeconsulting.com. Pull up the appointment calendar and book time for me or one of my consultants to give you a call back, and we'll be sure to help you out. So that's my message. Be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I see you next time for Sabrina J. Marketing How To's. Have a good one.